Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 21st of January. So let's have a look at these markets, and starting off with the Euro. Well, the Euro is just pushing up at the moment back towards its weekly pivot. It's had a decent run down here, pushed further than I expected, I must admit, on Friday. It just carried on running through there a little bit. Target really at the moment upside wise 1403 sort of area. Be interesting to see how price reacts to that. If we get a reaction off that, I'd quite like to sell into that. In the way the market's moving at the moment, it's still pushing pretty much broadly to the downside on the euro at the moment. So that's what I'm looking at there, pound wise. So just bouncing around its weekly pivot at the moment. It's really fundamentally, whether this can actually do too much, I'm not so sure. I'm looking at this into sort of resistance points here and thinking it might roll over, but it has a daily pivot just a bit further up at 129.07. Would prefer, if I was shorting it, to be running it back to that. It may give us a small position to the long side, so it's 60 or 70, so it's about 30 pips to the upside potential this morning. Actually, I'll say it's hit the daily weekly pivot. It's just air kissed at the moment, but so real bigger picture sort of thinking here for me. I say bigger picture. I'd like to see tracked out is a run up to this sort of area. So a pop and a drop there, downwards back towards that weekly if it hasn't been hit properly, and maybe down to the daily S1. So that's where I am with that. Okay, that's the pound. Yen. Okay, so the yen, okay, let's come out to the bigger picture here, and you can see it got a decent sort of push up towards the end of the week there, selling off, dollar strength coming through. We do have the weekly pivot below, which could be a bit of a draw to the downside. It's not that far below, and if so, if it gets hit, oh sorry, squeeze it up a bit here, if it gets hit, that could be a platform for further upside short term there. So it's already through its daily pivot at the moment. Just see how it is. It might just go this morning a bit earlier on here and push straight up. May not come back for it yet if that momentum to the upside strong enough. Okay, Aussie dollar. Whoops, he presses the wrong button. Let's get here and press the Aussie dollar button. Aussie dollar is a bit of a disappointment to me, really. I was expecting it to push up. We got Thursday in there, solid down. I thought, well, we may see a bit of continuation on Friday at some point, but the markets, the dollar, US dollar strength just stopped. Let's put an end to that. We've seen a little bit bounce off that monthly pivot at the moment. It's weird too. Well, it's technically, it's so as I say, still, well, yeah, ball flag sort of thing, so could continue to the upside. Very choppy on this hourly time frame though, and it just sort of steered me out of it for now. I do need to see something clear, but could still have that upside potential I talked about last week. I'll talk about it more in the big picture later, but for now it's already caught the daily weekly pivot there. If these other markets start rolling over, well, there's no reason why the Aussie dollar might not do similar. Finally, the Canadian dollar. And this too has struggled. It looked like on Thursday it was off it was going back upwards. Actually, sorry, I was saying struggled. It was Friday. It was sort of pushing up, but it never really gained too much. But it's against the US dollar. Remember, this is US dollar, Canadian dollar. Still got that sort of bear flaggy sort of pattern on here. Could see another move to the downside, but you look at the whole of last week and it's not really shown us much for, giving us too much of a clue. Of course, when you see markets like this, at some point they will break out and give a good move, but the direction wise, it's from the bigger picture it looks to the downside, but when you're looking at this, it's as I said, this is many a time this is the sort of market I like to keep out of the Canadian dollar, so I'd stand aside of this at the moment and wait for the bigger picture to show its hand. Okay, that's pretty much it today. We've got Martin Luther King Day, so the US are off, so it could be a quiet afternoon. there's very little else on there. There's some Chinese data that was out at 2 a.m. and that was it. That's it. Some positive number coming in, some industrial production coming in even positively there through that point. But and GDP is sitting there at 6.4 as expected. So China is maybe holding its own at the moment. Right, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.